fastest hour in radio, now starting at 7 o'clock on Mondays on WJFK and Live 105.7. Arnold Schwarzenegger has backed off his request to cut the waiting period to kill dogs and cats in shelters from 6 days to 3, saying that was a budget error.
Yeah, a little bit of a budget error. I don't know how I made that error about saying we'd kill all the dogs and cats 3 days quicker.
I thought we'd save so much money by me killing your pets. Apparently, there's just not as many dollar signs in that.
Yeah, it wasn't so much a budget error, but an error of how much the dog and cat people love dogs and cats. You can get away with a real lot in this country until you start to say, and now it's time to kill an animal. You could say, we're getting rid of kindergartens, and you would not get the same fight that you get if you're saying we're getting rid of cats.
Well, that's basically what Arnold did in California.
Yeah, that nobody complains about. They have no problem with a lot of the school stuff that he needs to cut out. But don't start playing games and say that you're going to hurt the little kitties.
Yeah, because people will stick up for their pets.
And other people's pets. People love animals in this country, and they go crazy about it. They don't care much about people, but they love animals.
Now, Arnold's getting a primetime spot at the Republican convention in August. Other people getting primetime speeches are Rudy Giuliani, Governor George Pataki, Laura Bush, Democrat Zell Miller, and John McCain, all on the bill.
You can't complain about this lineup at all, Fez. He looks like the 27 Yankees. They went out of their way to make sure they didn't bring any of the dull people up here. First of all, you look at this list. What do you think John McCain would say if he really had the opportunity? And let's face it, most of us would rather have Rudy Giuliani or even Arnold Schwarzenegger running the country.
So you don't see a Nancy Reagan on that list, and you're probably not going to.
Yeah, that would have been the only other big name that you could add. But he did go out of his way to grab the popular Republicans, which is a smart move.
And that Zell Miller will be interesting when it's a Democrat speaking at the other convention.
You know, I mean, interesting, or we all know you're a Republican anyway, pal.
And also Joe Lieberman.
He might as well bring in Lieberman. He's just as funny. All right, DVD plans are underway based on the Bushism series of books and funny calendars, Fez.
I love those.
This is the accidental wit of George W. Bush. These capture all the mispronounced words, befuddled moments of the president from his 2000 campaign to a few weeks ago. Instead of being a calendar or a book, now it's going to be a DVD. Fezzy, how's it going to do?
This is going to be a big, big bestseller. I think it's coming out in September. I think they're going to have it before the election.
I'm going to tell you the truth. I think this is more dangerous to the president than the Michael Moore thing is. Because when you read those things, they're kind of funny. But when you see when he mispronounces a word or gets confused about something, he squinches his face all up, and it's always very difficult to watch. Letterman runs these things like an uncomfortable George W. Bush moment, and they are tough to watch.
They are, because I'll watch him on Letterman and hide under a blanket laughing my head off because I can't look at the guy afterward.
I don't laugh. I sit there appalled going, oh, my God, he's going to lose it on us.
Well, we have this clip. This will actually be part of the Bushisms DVD that was about a month ago. He was speaking in Texas and introducing Karen Frist.
Karen is a West Texas girl, just like me.
So he says, Karen is a West Texas girl just like me.
Karen is a West Texas girl just like me.
Oh, my God.
What happened in that one is he got mixed up with two sentences. He wanted to talk about Bill Frist married a West Texas girl. He married a West Texas girl.
Right.
Everything came together, worlds collided, and instead of saying he married a West Texas girl just like me, he said Karen is a West Texas girl just like me.
I just wish the entire audience would yell out, you're not a West Texas girl.
Oh, he's a pretty girl.
You're the President of the United States of America, and we demand that you prep a little bit.
He was a cheerleader.
Yeah.
I think he might have been involved in that Texas cheerleader mom slaying. I'm not sure. When he wasn't going to make the squad.
Even when you just said he was a cheerleader, I just cringed a little bit on the inside.
I definitely hope this Bushisms DVD comes out before Christmas, because then shopping is done.
Yeah.
That is one-stop shopping for my family and friends. I just fill up the shopping cart with them over at the Best Buy.
40 Bushisms, please.
And I'm done. And some wrapping paper.
Do me a favor. This year, just give me money.
No, I always get you something nice and personal.
Sometimes when you whine like that, you remind me of Michael Moore.
I do not remind you of Michael Moore. I'm going to have to get LASIK or something to ditch the glasses.
That's all you want to do. Why don't you get LASIK?
I'm not going to be able to lose the weight.
They have laser surgery for that, too. Have that carved off.
Maybe I'll just get rid of my baseball cap. Time magazine is reporting that the FBI has sent out a warning to law enforcement agencies telling them to watch out for terrorists, booby-trapped beer coolers, inner tubes, and anything else that might float this 4th of July.
All right, so I know you want to go to the beach for the 4th of July. Stay away from beer coolers and inner tubes.
So it's now when you get the terror alert warnings, they're hard to take seriously.
Yeah.
You know, and again they're saying, you know, as much as 4th of July, oh, the terrorists would love to hit us on 4th of July, they're not raising us to orange again. We're going to stay at yellow for 4th of July.
Like it matters. Like it matters what color it is. So yellow, now we know what, because everyone's always wondered what it means. Yellow means careful around beer coolers and inner tubes. What if there are beer coolers? Do we have to suddenly go into our garages? We'll be very careful. Try to set it off with a long stick.
Make sure you know your beer cooler personally, that you're not inviting any strange beer coolers or inner tubes to your parties.
I think if the worst thing that happens is some guy at the beach gets his thumb blown off, we keep it at yellow. I don't see it as being a big orange moment for us.
They've attacked our barbecues. The city of El Paso said it's had enough. In the past year, it's been named the least literate city in the U.S., one of the fattest cities in the U.S., and Old Spice's sweatiest city in the U.S. They've had it, people.
All right, so they're fat, sweaty, and stupid. El Paso, Texas. Fat, sweaty, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
All right, so you're on the El Paso City Council. You're sitting around having a meeting. Which one do you take care of first? Which one can you disprove, people?
Maybe if we weren't so fat, we wouldn't be so sweaty.
So you're saying fat takes care of sweaty. We can work from there and save stupid for last.
Well, what are they going to do? They're going to tell people to read the ingredients on their packages? We can't read! We're in El Paso.
If they start teaching people to read diet books, the whole thing might be taken care of, all three problems.
Yeah, well, we start with that in kindergarten. The first thing they do is they're reading South Beach Diet. Take that home and have your folks work on it with you.
These poor people are going to secede from the Union if this keeps up.
They're too dumb to do that. They're too dumb and too fat and sweaty and lazy to pull that off.
Is there like baldest? Is there anything else we can give them?
Yeah, if they add one more thing, I'm going there for vacation. I've got to see these people. I've got to see this freak show Todd Browning forgot to film.
Well, it might as well just be called Circus Town at this point.
I'm in. That's all I need to. All I need to hear is that it's Land of the Midgets, and I'm on my way down there. We're going to take a break, Fuzzy. It's the fastest hour in radio. We are live tonight on a Monday night. We'll be right back. You're listening to Ron and Fez.